Versatile Mage. Chapter 350. The Best Ride. Thick purple lightning bolts appeared out of nowhere from the clear sky, like a devil's claw. The Prince of Ice, Lu Yilan, could not even prepare himself. He never imagined that his opponent was able to cast an intermediate magic at twice his speed. He had only drawn half of the star pattern. Lu Yilan quickly activated his magic shield, knowing that the situation was not in his favor. The shield looked like an extended fin. Its surface was made of scales, each reflecting a unique color. The purple-black lightning bolt struck the shield heavily. To everyone's surprise, it was shattered into pieces instantly by the powerful bolt of lightning. Even though the equipment looked fairly sturdy, it was incredibly fragile when facing the lightning. Lu Yilan was slammed to the ground as soon as the shield was destroyed. Blue puffs of smoke rose from his body. Although his equipment managed to protect him from the lightning, his body could not withstand the momentum from the impact. He fell to the ground face first, the blood from his bleeding nose immediately smearing across the face he was proud of. Lu Yilan shivered. It felt like his bones were on the verge of collapsing when he tried to get up from the ground. The incredible pain made him clench his teeth. Meanwhile, the gloating crowd gaped, their eyes wide. They could not believe the famous genius of their school was defeated by a single attack. Where did this monstrous kid come from? Crap, Lu Yilan has smashed himself into an iron plate. That's insane, he just defeated the famous Prince of Ice with a single spell. Being aware of the comments and weird gazes of the crowd, Lu Yilan totally lost his temper. However, when he glanced at the man in the black shirt, Lu Yilan did not dare to underestimate him again. The fact that he had acquired a spirit-grade soul seed and was able to master the second-tier storm cloud was enough to imply that he was no ordinary magician. Lu Yilan could not help but admit that he had picked the wrong fight, but he would not give up easily. Don't let me see you again. Otherwise, I'll beat the crap out of you every time I see you. Mo Fan stared down at Lu Yilan, who was still having trouble rising from the ground. Both his expression and tone were incredibly smug. Beat me up every time you see me. It was the first time Lu Yilan had heard someone say that to him. The fact was, being persistent would make little difference. His strength was obviously not on the same level as his opponent. Mo Fan did not waste any more time with the idiot. He pushed Xingxia's wheelchair and left the place. They finally had some peace after leaving the crowd behind. Mo Fan glanced at Xingxia, who had been fairly quiet, and chuckled. Do you think I've gone too far, beating up your schoolmate like that? Xingxia shook her head and said, he is indeed too full of himself. Xingxia had no idea what to say about Lu Yilan. Despite acting like a gentleman around her, he would subconsciously display the pride in his heart with little details. She was not willing to get close to him, but he always assumed that she was hiding her favor, worried about being picked on by girls like Chen Yunqi. She had already told him that she was not interested in him, but he assumed that she was only feeling unworthy due to her natural defect. Oh, so you don't like him either? I should have hit him with another spell. I hate idiots like him who think they are the White Prince the most, said Mo Fan. Leaving the school, Mo Fan saw that Xingxia was still wearing her same old clothing, so he decided to bring her shopping. Autumn had come too. How could a girl not dress up properly in this poetic season? Besides, Mo Fan enjoyed seeing different impressions of her as she tried on different outfits. Mo Fan realized that many couples were hailing taxis at the school gate. Mo Fan was not in a rush. He queued up patiently for his turn. When his ride arrived, Mo Fan was about to push Xingxia toward it when someone quickly went up to the car and hopped in with his girlfriend. Hey, I've already waved my hand, said Mo Fan in an unpleasant tone. Brother, I waved my hand at it, too. Too bad you didn't see it. Just wait for the next one, said the young man with a baseball cap. The driver saw Mo Fan with a girl in a wheelchair and subconsciously wanted to avoid trouble. He pressed the horn, urging Mo Fan to make way. See you, brother, don't blame me, You should be driving yourself since your girlfriend is impaired, said the young man in a proud tone. It does make some sense, Mo Fan nodded. Hailing a taxi was not really convenient. Why wait here when he already had a great transportation tool? Mo Fan briefly closed his eyes. When they sprang open again, his pupils flickered with a lunar white glow. The nebula of the same color appeared in front of Mo Fan, forming a dimension gap connecting their world to another magical kingdom. Humph! A howl stirred up a strong gust within an instant. The school gate was fairly crowded at this time of the day. They immediately turned around upon hearing the shocking noise. To everyone's surprise, a handsome blue wolf leapt out from the gap. Its hair drifted imposingly in the wind, granting it indescribable savagery and style. Come, our ride is here. Mo Fan lifted Xinxia and placed her on the back of the swift star wolf. As Xinxia collected her thoughts, she realized that she was sitting on the back of a magnificent beast. She grabbed the fur of the swift star wolf in fright. Mo Fan folded up the wheelchair and carried it on his back. He leapt onto the swift star wolf's back, sitting behind Xinxia. He made use of the chance to hug her around the waist, while his nose enjoyed the pleasant scent of her hair. The crowd at the school gate burst into an uproar. Apart from those hailing taxis, even those who had driven their luxurious cars here to pick up the girlfriends were incomparable. This man had redefined the highest level of making a public display of affection. The guy who was feeling proud after taking the taxi away from Mo Fan was stunned. Even the driver was too scared to drive away. Holding Xinxia's tender body and riding the magnificent swift star wolf, Mo Fan had decided to show these guys his best ride, which consisted of a roaring jump start, an open top view of 270 degrees, and a luxurious two-seater. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.